Right, so Pirates have won the Nedbank Cup, their second cup of the league. Congratulations to them. This though points to something that Kaizer Motaung Junior needs to account to and actually have a reflection. Not just him, but everyone at Kaizer Chiefs, because of this reason that I'm going to share. Hello and welcome to Khosi Nation Fan TV. I am Pelo. I am your host. This is where fans meet and talk about Kaizer Chiefs, Khosi Football Club. And yes, we're talking about Kaizer Chiefs' approach from the beginning of the season. Here's the thing. Pirates announced on their Twitter ukuthi they were appointing Jose Riveiro as their coach. What did Kaizer Motaung Junior do? He goes to Twitter, he subtweets the thing, whatever the thing is called. He laughs at the fact that the Pirates have appointed Jose Riveiro. I'm sure one of the reasons was because of the fact that people were busy calling him a plumber, saying, where does this guy come from? Who does he think he is? Not who does he think he is, but Pirates are once again at it, hiring plumbers, blah, 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 blah. And talking about all these nasty things about Jose Riveiro. Guess what? At the end of the season, he has proven everyone wrong. Just like Urulani almost kind of did the same thing with the Sundowns. With Sundowns were struggling, the Pirates and the Chiefs were thinking they could catch the Sundowns, but Rulani came on and became the head coach with Sundowns, and then ended up just winning the league with so many games to go. Now, Chiefs, what I see happening is that there was not just an isolated incident. Uguti Pirates approached, announced a coach, and then Chiefs started laughing at them. Like the top guy, Chiefs, sporting director, the entire sporting director, minding the business of a Pirate when they appointed their coach. Fast forward to a few months ago, the Pirates gets drawn to the Nedbank Cup semi-finals against the Pirates. What happens? Everyone will celebrate, including Kaizer Motaung Junior. And yes, I said here, well, not here, in Indonesia, I sat and said, hey, Chiefs, they did that because Vele, they had to celebrate, because if they didn't celebrate, then it was going to look different, right? Because it was going to look like they were scared of the Pirates. But the way they were so animated, it like not animated, just excited. It just told you, Guti, they were underestimating the Pirates already. They won that game before they even played it. They judged Jose Riveiro before he was even in South Africa. He was just announced by the Spaniards Abantu, and then we're already underestimating him. He comes to South African football, he shows us. Finishes ahead of the Chiefs, he wins 2 cups. The Chiefs have nothing. We get knocked out by Pirates in the semi-finals. We got knocked out by Amazulu in the other semi-finals. We failed to play in Africa. Let alone go to Champions League or a CAF Confederations, like a Champions League. We even failed to play in the CAF Confederations Cup. And this mentality is not just something that I think has been done by Kaizer Motaung Junior kuphela. I have seen this thing with Uzwane as well. If you're enjoying the video, by the way, please do make sure to subscribe. As much as Uzwane Gwayena has said about players, they come to games like having won them before the games even start. And we've seen that mentality with our players. Sometimes they come to games, you see they are underestimating this team. It's Kukune. They did that earlier on in the season. They ended up getting beat. And I can count other teams. Example, Chipa United earlier on against in the season where they ended up beating us. We underestimated them. And many other games that we approached, we've already won them before even playing them. So then this mentality has cost us and has put us in the position that we're in. I'm not saying, no, it's not Zwane's fault. Zwane has been good. This one has been perfect. No. This is one of the factors, because if we can just zoom in and say the only problem Chiefs has Uzwan, no, this is one of the problems that Chiefs has. Uguti, we underestimate people too much, we underestimate things too much, and because of that, we end up being humiliated like this. Did you see the Kaizer Chiefs fans who were at the stadium? They were now looking sad because, well, I know they went there to support Sekukune and they thought Sekukune were gonna come out on top, but it didn't happen. And that's the thing, that we do the thing, Uguti. We see the smallest thing as Kaizer Chiefs, from management to the players. Maybe not my fans, but Tinaba fans are getting up because we don't play the games. So it really is annoying, Uguti. our management, our top guys, even our coaching staff, they've been doing this thing, because now all we can do is to just sit here and take it, and hopefully something will be done off season so that next season we don't face the same humiliation, because I cannot take another season where Chiefs doesn't win anything. Even if we win MTN 8, we break the whole thing, this drought, and then at least we can say, okay, let's move forward. What do we do next? So Chiefs going forward, really, the times have changed. We are no longer the only biggest team in South Africa. The other teams are coming for that crown. In fact, the most dominant team is Sundowns. Pirates are becoming the second best team right now. Well, when it comes to the best. Right now, the only thing that the Chiefs is holding on, and the main thing that we as fans, I as Umpilo, is holding on to, Uguti Chiefs is the biggest team in South African football. Yes, Chiefs might be the biggest team in South African football, but we are no longer the most dominant. We are no longer the best team. That is the honest truth. I know some of you will come to me with emotions and talk about, but we have most caps, but that's history. That's true. Biggest because of the achievements, but you will still say this, Uguti, there are teams that are playing in the second division in England that have won the Champions League, but Man City have not won the Champions League. So are you going to say just because their history is better than Man City, they are still the most dominant teams in the history of English football? No. Same thing with the Chiefs. We might be the biggest historically, but the crown is slowly slipping away, because I feel like we strongly still believe that being the biggest means being the best, but that does not necessarily equate to the thing anymore, because right now, as we can see, Osi Kukun are playing finals. Last season it was Marumo Gallants playing a final, or Cape Town City, they just win against Chiefs like it's nobody's business. For crying out loud, we lose to Abo Chippa United. Or Stellenbosch are rising. They are making bold decisions, like for instance, holding on to their best players. We had our best player Uplom, we let him go. So then the question is, kahle tina yini lengaga le Chiefs that are holding on to, because it's clear ukuthi this nonsense yokuthi, it's not nonsense, but this thing yokuthi we're only going to hold on to, we are the biggest team in South African football. It's not helping anymore. It's not flying anymore. And everyone is figuring us out, and they are noticing that thing Chiefs that is holding on to is the very thing that will be their downfall. Ukuthi baye brand bakhulu asinandaba nalokho. If you're on top, everyone is going to take your crown. And definitely now Sundowns have been dominant, and they are going to end up making this league into eyenzeka lapha kwi-Bundesliga, because we are busy playing as if it's still 2002. It's no longer 2002. Times have changed, and we need to change as well. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, remember, equals Alpelo Moy.